Hello everyone, my name is Harley Kraus. Today I am doing Sprint Review 2 for game balancing. The build is 93245. Let's go ahead and take a look at my issues. So as the level select menu, I want to be polished. I want it needs to be cleaned up and polished in order to look nice for the final build. Uh, there needed to be level pictures, level name for I or the owner to fill out, and a level description for I or the owner to fill out. We'll talk more about it when I get into game. Next is, as a player, I want a level where I'm riding a train trying to reach the town that becomes attacked by aliens. It was mostly polished. The black is where the polish is. There was a lot of Z fighting. AI needs pathing to add more flavor to the gameplay. Needs to fix the Z fighting, in the train too. Both parts of the train. The final town needed to cleaned up and have more detail. And this is kind of just from last week of just my last level. And there's all the completion criteria. Next was no footsteps when holding a gun or a weapon. You should hear them. So that was one of the bugs I had. And next was the issue with a rifle was not, the bullet was not hitting the enemy and was like shooting way off. And we'll talk more about all this when I get in. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, same build. Let's go ahead and open it up. So here's the main menu. Well, new game, obviously, we'll get to that. So settings, we have all of our settings. Controls, you can change. Audio, as you can hear, makes the music go up and down. That goes back to the map. Let's go back to the menu real quick. If we quit the game, quits the game. Same here. See, there we go. And credits. Okay. And so my first issue was this level select. So let's go back to it. So I just needed to be polished. It needed a level picture, and as you can see, every level does have a picture. I, went to each designer and asked them where or what they would like, and they gave me preferences, and that goes for, title and description. So, and you can see that every place has a title and a descriptive text of what their level's kind of about. Each play button does go into the level, and you'll see that in their videos. So, let's go ahead and go back. And so, has level picture, has a name, and has a description. So that one's done. I took a little bit longer on time for this one because I was constantly just going back and editing a bunch of stuff. I had it done quite early, but so next is my train level. So let's go ahead and do that. So first off is that the other bug. Here, let me kill these bad guys real quick. Alright. Was so that when holding weapons there was no footsteps. I fix this and I'll try to show it with every weapon I pick up. And so that bug is one I'll continue to show that through. And then, okay, let's continue. So I did a lot of fixing for the train, as I felt like the camera kept getting hit by the upper wall. Oh, here's more footsteps. Okay. It just caused a lot of, like, it seemed like the camera just, it was a bit annoying. Let me heal first. And so the next bug I had was with the rifle and it not hitting. Go ahead and showcase that. So I hit him, now he's coming. Let's see if he'll... There we go. Let's go heal up before I continue. So, and then, you know, through, I forgot to mention this, I did add a little bit more, like, leading lines to help the player. I felt like I didn't have enough. And the power lines is what I felt was like a strong way of doing that, and it really fit the game, I felt like. Oh, I ran out of ammo.
Reload.
As you can see, the rifle bug that I was talking about here is now fixed. You were having to shoot it high and to the right, but now you just aim directly at them and it works. Okay, let's continue on. So this is where you'll start to see a lot of that terrain fixing. As I erased those so that the player didn't have to deal with the camera as much. Oh, I forgot also to mention back here. So at the start, it introduced the pistol, which pretty much introduces him to the explosion and shooting. Next was the shotgun to show like the close range, and then next was the rifle, obviously with the long range. And here is where the practice is. As you can see, there's a lot of range along with really close quarter fights too. Let's see, comes closer. This allows the player to practice the mechanics and practice with the guns and understand their strengths and weaknesses. Also on the train, I did add a ton more detail, as you probably noticed. Oh no. And from last video. Oh, for the bow too. There's all the sounds. Okay, let's continue on. this is my final town. I've added a lot more enemies, um, more detail, and trying to make it feel more alive. And I also added a little bit more alien stuff to just kind of help draw the player in more and really catch their attention. Which one's shooting at me? Also, I added more leading lines to kind of... In this town, I felt like the player should be able to choose where they wanted to go. So, you know, if they wanted to go right and come around, or just run straight in like I have, that, you know, they have different leading lines for that type of gameplay. And after the player is gone through and killed all the enemies, there's loot for them to pick up, and they can go through and pick up loot throughout the town, as there's like chests and just loose loot in general. But once they've done that, they head to the portal and loads into the next level. Okay, so, oh, and then the pause menu, I forgot to show that. As I just clicked it, I'll go back and go back into my level. If I hit escape, pulls up the pause menu, and their settings, which goes back to that, and all these buttons I do believe work. So yeah, there's our pause menu. I think that covers everything. Let's go back and see. So I showed you the bug fixes, then the polish of my town and adding new stuff, you know, to the train, to the town, fixing like the Z fighting and new music, and then a lot of the time spent was on that, and then to the level select, which took some more time, was, you know, the picture, the description, all that stuff. So I believe that's all. So thank you for